What Doug has done today, he's brought both Remington 700s. One's a mountain rifle, which is what he's got right now, and 270, and the other's an old BDL and 30-06. I mean 80L and 30-06. That he had super cleaned. These are two guns that used to be quite accurate. He super cleaned them with a lot of this high-tech modern stuff and
patch out
to be particular, and both of them began to pretty much shoot like shotguns. For they shot more like a turkey choke in a shotgun. By the time he finished running several rounds to it, they began to shoot pretty good again. But then he went home last night and he cleaned them again, but he cleaned them with just hoppies. So we're going to compare and see what happens today. See what they do today. He just lightly cleaned them with hoppies, and so that should be all right. But like I told you, if it had been me, I would not have cleaned them till after the season.
Patch out gave him a case of COVID, polio.
Oh, but we have done a little bit of experiment with these super cleaners. Every gun, every rifle that Doug has had, that I've had, that you've used those cleaners that's supposed to clean out everything, all your carbon, all your so-called copper fouling and everything, they've all shot bad and would not start shooting again until many rounds are run through them, or until you re-season the bore, or whatever you want to call that. So we have not become a fan of using the super cleaners. My God, if you've got a gun that just will not shoot, it won't shoot to suit you, then you probably don't have anything to lose to try them. But to take a gun that's already shooting good, I would never recommend never using those things. Use as mild a cleaner as you can, and as seldom as you can. Shoot it till the accuracy drives off, or dies off, then clean it maybe.
I think that round went where I hoped to go. Hit the target, hit the paper.
What we're going to do now is see, after having cleaned it, slight cleaning, are they anywhere near where they were last time we was out here with the bore that had several rounds so that had started to shoot pretty good again. How many shots do you shoot there? One? It won't tell much, does it? Okay, we just looked through the spotting scope, and that one shot that he fired is absolute perfect. Perfect 3-inch high zero at 100 yards. But one shot don't necessarily tell you anything. But we also know that it was shooting a little bit left, wasn't it, Doug? And we moved it one clip right, or the other way around, whichever way it was. When we left here, we moved it one click, 1/4 inch click. So we'll see where it is now. But right now, that one shot is positively perfect. Boy, if the rest of them go in that safe hole we'd have made, wouldn't it?
I'm going to put it away and say it's 3 inches.
Huh?
I'm going to put it away.
Yeah, it says 3 inches out, 100 yards. One shot proved it. So now we go with shot number 2. Oh boy.
Not there.
Huh?
I really believe I pulled that in a little bit, but I'll find out.
Number 3. Doug was saying that the doctor that he bought this rifle from me said he bought it in 1974. Then when all the publicity about the Remington safety and triggers come out, he got afraid of it. Doug bought it at a bargain. Now, we have our own ideas as what people are doing when they say a Remington goes off and it ain't supposed to. There could be such a thing. But by far the vast majority is error on the person's part, not the gun. Yeah, probably just about every variable power scope that I ever tested, they definitely change zero. When you go from low to high magnification or reverse, they change a little bit. Some of the earlier variables that I had, you zero it in at 9 power, and you move it down 3 power, you couldn't even be on the target.
Yeah.
They were terrible. But, you know, they've improved most of that, of course. But
And this is an older scope. He bought it at the same time.
yeah, but that's a loophole.
Yep.
And I found that those generally change less than half an inch. But I can't say that I've ever seen any scope that I've ever owned or anybody that I know owns that didn't change a little bit when you change that power. So what I generally do, if it's a 3 to 9, I zero in on 6 power. Use your medium, the middle of the road. Then if you go up or down, the point of impact don't change very much. But if you zero in at one end of the spectrum, you go to the other. Whatever possibility of error is, it's maximum. But if you go halfway, you minimize the error.
Junior told me last night he'd like to shoot his other 308 really tactical with the, I don't know what scope on. He said, I'd like to go out there to Kettlefoot or somewhere, 1,000 yards. And he said, I can just dial it for this range. And I said, I want to be there when you do that.
Yeah, I want to be there too. They ain't convincing me of that stuff. Now, if they had external adjustments, like in your mouse, like the old Unerdals and stuff were years ago.
Yeah.
My God, they were positive. Or the old Lymans and stuff. If you said a 1/4 inch, that's what they did. Because it was a mechanical thing. You move the entire scope. But when you're talking about moving internals, that's under spring tension and all that stuff, you're never going to convince me that they're reliable. It'll go boom. It will if you lay your finger on that trigger with any pressure.
Yeah. It will.
Okay. Here we go with the Alt 6.
Yeah, boy. The shoulder crusher.
Shooting it right in target.
Yeah.
Left side.
Yep.
Perfect 3-inch high, 100 yards, just like the first shot out of that other one was.
A little low left.
A little bit low left of the other one, but still really good. It's a pretty good group. It's strung a little bit, but they are left. They're left a little bit, but the accuracy, I mean, I think the zero's off just a tiny little bit, but the accuracy is much better than it was when you was shooting them out of that super clean burn. Much better.
Don't want a glove.
Huh?
Didn't want a glove for that safety on.
Looks good. Is that the third one?
Yeah.
The group is still just a little bit left, but not much. I got it. Looks good there. That's good tight group.
It's where?
A good tight group. Good tight group, about 2 3/4 inches high. Maybe. 3/8 inch left, maybe. It's close. It is close. Do what?
Needs a few shots to bring him back. That makes 6. Right?
Yeah, I ain't kidding. I'm coming a firm believer. Don't clean it until it quits shooting right. You shooting again?
No.
I am definitely becoming a believer in that. You know that old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I begin to think that applies to your rifles for sure.
Yeah, but they're way left.
Do what?
They're left.
See what happens. All right. That second one was almost perfect. Let's look at it yourself. So what we're doing is still trying to get a gun zeroed and to recover and start shooting good from having been cleaned with one of these modern super harsh cleaners.
Patch out.
Patch out would happen to be this one. Every gun it was used in don't shoot worth a flip anymore. You gotta shoot the daylights out of them to get them broke back in or seasoned or whatever you want to call it. But our conclusions are shoot it until your accuracy falls off, and then start cleaning it with the mildest thing you can till you get it shooting back. But stay away from the harsh stuff unless as an absolute last resort. If it's just shooting bad and you've tried something like hoppies or mineral spirits and it's still shooting bad, you might want to try one of these harsh ones. Otherwise, leave them alone. Don't use those harsh cleaners you train routinely. They have got, every rifle we've shot them in has suffered from it.
Cows are wanting to wonder.
Do what?
Cows are starting to wondering.
Yeah, they're starting to do their thing.
I'm gonna give them another one, warm or not.
Finally getting the accuracy back to the zero we're supposed to be.
We'll send
Huh?
them measures and patch out a damn ammo bill.
Yeah. Now, after much shooting, we've got it back to shooting, tack driving accuracy, bullet holes touching at 100 yards, where they're supposed to be. Doug just said he's going to send patch out a bill for all the ammo it took to recover the accuracy in his rifles. Lord mercy. Some people might get some benefit of it, boy. Lord have mercy.
Maybe tanks. Maybe a tank.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I've never seen any advantage whatsoever to most of these harsh cleaners. I mean, every once in a great while a rifle could possibly get in such bad shape that it might benefit from it. But, man, that's got to be few and far between. Like Gun Blue 490 says, and I'll go back to him again. Well, Gun Blue 490 says with a bronze brush, you can actually feel that copper fouling. And yeah, you can. I mean, I knew I could feel it all along there, but I just didn't sit down and just think about it that much. But what are you actually feeling here? You know, some roughness and all that stuff that smooths out, but no, it is the build up a little bit of copper here and there. Take that bronze brush, make a few passes. First pass or two would be kind of rough, and after a few passes it'd be perfectly smooth. Use a mild cleaner when accuracy falls off, otherwise leave it alone. That'd be my advice. And I'm going to try to take my own advice. That'd be nice if I did, you know. Now, that's 3 holes at 100 yards. After we finally got it seasoned again. Or we got some of that stuff back in the bore that patch out took out. You don't want to do that. Some of that stuff that people think is fouling is actually just the 490, Gun Blue 490 says that is the seasoning in your bore. Quit taking it out.
That's the 30-06. It's okay.
And that's the 30-06. Those others was 270, by the way, but we got both of them back to shooting very, very good. But it was a job after having been cleaned with patch out. You could say, I got another name for it. Accuracy out. That would be a good name. Now, these are where you're shooting the oddballs, the different types.
Yeah.
He's got this gun to shooting super accurate now. Very enough, all touching at 100 yards with that load. But now he's got a mixed bag. You got some of this and one of this and one of that, and seeing how they shoot.
Because I've got them, I don't want a collector to have them. This is the one I really would like to hit good. Good enough. Don't like neither one of them is good, nowhere near. But
Do what?
I said it don't like them near as much, but I ain't got no more four-locks. We're good enough.
It don't like what?
So throw these high.
Throw
them high.
Well, which ones don't it like?
Neither one of them.
Oh.
Compared to the core locks.
Oh, you've got core locks? Is it core locks one shooting good?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get this thing set up here.
Go ahead. Ears upon you.
That's what I'm going to set it down so I can get my ears on.
Got them?
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope we see and hear something.
You got the rock, missed all the cows. You did pretty good. You didn't hit nary a cow.
That we know of.